Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with MLB 2K12 in franchise mode with the Detroit Tigers. I'll be honest, this game really doesn't mean too much for either of us, as we're going to be playing the Cleveland Indians, our divisional rivals, because right now the Indians are not in a position to be able to make it to the postseason. I am by quite a large amount here, since I'm leading the division by almost 10 games now. So it basically means I'd have to lose every single game, and the White Sox would have to win every single game at this point. But Justin Masterson on the mound here for the Indians, who are wearing their alternate uniforms. I always get excited whenever another team gets to wear their alternate uniforms. I don't, because all I have for alternate is like my spring training jerseys. But anyway, good hit. That goes into the corner here in left field. That's going to allow me to round first, go over to second. Johnny Peralta with a double early on in the game. And I originally was like, you know what? I don't think I want to go for two here at this point. But I'm like, it is the beginning of the game. I'm really not going to lose anything if he gets out. So I'm glad that I did, though, because now he's in scoring position. Downside, though, is that we don't get anything off of that here. But on this pitch, though, there's the Indians getting their first hit of the game as well. So now we've got that out of the way. I mean, both teams have gotten their hits. And Turner, who was on the mound for me, already kind of struggling a little bit here with another hit for the Indians. So Turner is the lowest overall rated pitcher that I have who is a starter. I think I just came up with a fancy way to say that he's the worst of all my starting pitchers. But look at that. You don't see that happen too often. Good thing I caught that, because that's usually not something I'm looking out for here. But gosh, an assist from left field to third. That's crazy. All right, so as I was mentioning, Turner, not the best pitcher here for me. So a lot of times that he has gone ahead and pitched for me, we've ended up losing. So I'm not too confident about how this game is going to turn out. I got to get a lot of offense out of my bats, or a lot of bats out of my offense. Oh my gosh, you guys know what I'm talking about here. You got to get a lot of offense and a lot of runs here in this game. So if I can do that, then it's okay that I have Turner on the mound for me. Here I go. Take a look. What's going to be the best thing to throw Cabrera right here? So, kind of taking what I had just learned on this 0-2 count. Get him with the changeup. Now, granted, he was looking, but still, that was great for me here. Second inning, 2 outs. Look at this great hit, though, for the Indians that goes into right center here. Austin Jackson waiting at the wall for that one to eventually come down. And it only ends up being a double. So that could have been a lot worse, actually. So I'm kind of happy with the double. Also happy because we get out of that jam. So here's Miguel Cabrera taking this sinker through the middle of the field. He's going to get on first without a problem at all. So he's still the front runner right now for AL MVP. I think it'd be kind of cool if he wins it, actually. So that way what happens in real life and in the game kind of matches up here. But Prince Fielder hitting this one in the corner in right field. That's going to be, dang it, I thought maybe be a double. But Miguel Cabrera does get over to third, only because that one was hit in the right field. So you have to throw a lot farther to get him out. But still, going to go ahead and steal the base with Prince Fielder. Man, I know that's something I'm not going to be able to do next year, just get stolen bases with Prince Fielder. But still, kind of cracks me up a little bit here, just kind of knowing what works in the game and kind of exploiting some of the glitches right there. Is the computer never, ever, ever, ever throws when there's less than 2 outs. But that one goes off the pitcher.
He's out.
Out number 1. Oh, that's always frustrating me. I hate it when it goes off the pitcher, dude, because nothing ever happens except you get out. So, on this one here, there we go. Goes into center field. That's going to bring Miguel Cabrera home. Prince Fielder is going to stay on third. That was a smart call because that was a good throw. So now we are up 1-0. The game is no longer scoreless. We finally get that run that we need to put us in the lead. That rhymed unintentionally. But still, that's a hot rod reference right there. So, kind of going with a stolen base yet again because it works. So, now we've got runners on second and third here. It goes off the pitcher again, who makes a tremendous throw, but I go home here, so I get the run. Now it's 2-0. Insane. That happens twice in this game, let alone this inning. Actually, it's happened one other time. Oh, and then there's another time it hits the pitcher, and I get out. Something about that tells me that this is ridiculous. Okay, so the pitcher has been hit a total of 4 times with the ball off of the bat. No injuries, even though he's been hit in the arm, in his throwing arm, twice. And every single time, I've been out. You, like, rarely ever see that in baseball, where it hits the pitcher, and then he somehow magically knows exactly where the ball is, and it is within reach after going, you know, almost 80, 90 miles an hour off of him, sometimes even faster. Knows right where it is. It's within arm's reach. You can pick it up and throw it. That's just a joke. Can't wait for the show. All right. So, still, 4th inning, 1 out. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Up by 2. Yeah, not so much anymore as this one goes into the gap. Austin Jackson doing his best to get there as quickly as he can, but the damage has already been done. That's going to be a 2-run double. So that lead that I was talking about just a little bit ago, yeah, it's gone now. So, got to be in a better position here to come away with the win here by getting some more runs. Because obviously we're not going to come away with the win with it being a 2-2 game here at this point. But we haven't been doing too bad of a job, I'm not going to lie. I thought we'd be doing a lot worse here since I haven't played this in a while. But in the 5th inning, slider, able to take this one. Falls just short in right field, so Barney getting a single. I haven't really put him in too much lately as well. But this should be one of, if not the last game that Victor Martinez is out for. So I'm playing with 2 of the big 3 on my team. So, consisting, of course, of Prince Fielder, Miguel Cabrera, and Victor Martinez. But that's all right. This one could bring a runner home. Yeah, it's not even going to be contested at all. So there I go with the lead again. So I'm feeling better about things now. Remember, Barney got that hit in the shallow right. Comes home now. So he is the run that gives us the lead. So now it's a matter of holding it here or continuing to put some runs up on the board. That's what I would like more than anything. I'd like to get some runs on the board here. So in the 5th inning, runners on 1st and 2nd. Miguel Cabrera getting it done as he has most of the year with this one that goes to the wall in right field. Oh, what was I thinking? I didn't want to do that. Man, I should have brought him from 2nd over to 3rd. That was a mistake on my part. But I get the run. So I'm not going to complain here because things could have turned out a lot worse. Could have been like a double play or something instead. So I'll be happy with this. So 4-2. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Still no outs. Prince Fielder. Another hit going into right field. That one basically in the corner. That's going to bring another run home. So 1st and 3rd. Prince Fielder on 1st. Less than 2 outs. I mentioned this earlier here, but we'll see what ends up happening, though. We'll see if I'll try and steal the base with him there. But, all right, so here we go. We'll see what happens. There it is. Ah, man. There goes my chance to steal 2nd. But that deep fly ball, though, allows the runner to come home, tag up. So lead, still mine, of course. Just making sure I continue to make it grow. That's the key. But, all right. So I'm happy now. Miguel Cabrera coming home on that one. So, after that inning, 6-2, 4-run lead now. With 2 outs here, this is going to be another hit for the Indians. Well into the gap. Tell you what, the amount of place hitting that I think that the computer is doing right now is just off the charts. A lot of them into the gap here, but that's okay. Like I said, I was expecting something like this to happen. But this one, going to fall just short. Jackson not able to get to that one. Going to try and throw it in here. I figured I didn't have a play at home, so I didn't want to try and make him advance. So it is 6-3 now. Indians are starting to squeak things a little bit closer here in this game. I got to be careful, and I got to play it smart. So I think what I'm going to do here pretty soon is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring Turner out. So now that I see an opportunity here to bring in one of my favorite pitchers, a potential starter next year for the Cincinnati Reds, Aroldis Chapman. So I know you guys demand to see Aroldis Chapman as often as I can, and a lot of times when I'm playing the game, the computer has used him in some games previous to the one that I need him in, and so his energy is like down at 0. So it'll be kind of cool to have him in the game. And we'll, of course, see him in just a little bit. Now, I have him, of course, as a setup man because with his stamina, you know, it's not something I can really afford to go ahead and put him in the starting spot because he's got a stamina, I think, in the 30s. So you can't really have a starter in the 30s. But that one was a monster hit. Goes off the wall. Going to end up being a double. And now I have 2 runners in scoring position. So Prince Fielder has had a great game so far, as well as Miguel Cabrera. I just kind of wonder if we had Victor Martinez, what this game would be like right now. Still 6-3. Not able to bring those 2 guys home. I wish we could have. But we got out. That stuff happens, but that's okay. So Indians getting some hits off of Aroldis Chapman right now. No outs. 7th inning. Runner on first. Now the one downside. The only downside. Besides, well, 2 downsides. Haha. Have you guys ever seen the Monty Python sketch about the Spanish Inquisition? I just felt like I did that right now. But our main weapon is surprise. Surprise and fear. Two weapons. Anyway, the 2 flaws of Aroldis Chapman, besides his stamina, is he's only got 2 pitches. So 104-mile-an-hour fastball, though, when you got that, you're going to be using that quite a bit. So getting the strikeout on that fastball, I know that would be tough to hit. But as another downside, though, of having 2 pitches, a lot of times you're going to be like in this position where you've got 1 pitch that's in the yellow, 1 pitch that's in the red. And so at this point, I didn't figure it out because usually I try to throw strikes really close. And now I've got 2 of them that are in the red. And, of course, when they're in the red, it's a lot easier for them to get hits. So this one, even though Brennan Bosch is able to get that one off of the wall, 1 run is going to come home here. That's not cool. That's going to make it a 2-run game. So one of the things that I figured out of this is, what am I supposed to do in that situation? Like, how am I supposed to bring that down? Because you'll get that based off of the frequency of how often you throw a particular pitch. So if it's just like fastball, 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 and I never throw a slider, the slider will still be green, fastball will be red. So I'm like, why don't I throw a whole bunch of pitches outside of the strike zone, and it works out for me here. So able to get out of that jam here. Now we still get the offense going here in the 9th, which is something that is definitely needed. And who is that who gets on base? Austin Jackson. Got so much speed right here, so I'm heading over to second. With that type of setup and delivery, I'm going to get there no problem at all. So sliding head first, piece of cake. And since I've got a lefty up right here, Peralta, I'm going to head over to third. So I get there standing up. I love it when that happens because that's like the biggest insult I could give with base running minus stealing home, which now that I think about it, I really haven't attempted at all this year. The thing is, it was never like 2K9 or 2K10 where you had some pitchers who had such a ridiculous delivery. And it took so long that you really could steal home. But I know they kind of reduced that a little bit. You know what? I kind of wonder, too. Have they ever watched my videos and been like, ooh, we see what Dunbar's doing. We should probably change that. Probably not, but it's kind of cool to think. Anyway, center field hit. 1 run scores. Lead is back to 3 here with 7-4. With 1 out, we're still in a position, though, to add to this here. Runners on first and second. I can make 1 mistake. I could get a pretty big hit right here, too, that brings them both or all 3 home. Now I got Alex Avila up. Ooh, what a double play. Ah, dang it. All right, well, it is the 9th inning. Chapman has been in here for the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning, which really has stretched him out to the max. So in your face, computer, now you can't really use him. So Jose Valverde coming in. Pretty great stats, actually, when you take a look at what he's done last season. He's done all right this season, too, because the games that I've simulated, he has not done a great job. But the times that I use him, he's doing all right. So I got 4 pitches now, which is very, very, very refreshing here at this point to have something more than just 2. I feel like I can diversify my plan of attack here against a number of Indians batters. But what am I going to do right here? Should I go with a slider? Fastball? Gotta love it. Low and inside. Just where I like it. I throw that actually quite a bit. I've noticed that's something I picked up here in 2K12 is just throwing a fastball low and inside. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. Cabrera fielding that one, throwing it over to Valverde. So we get the out. The game is mine. Detroit Tigers win this one 7-4. A lot of hits you can see by both teams in this game. I really had to cut a lot of great hits out. I feel bad about it, but I wanted to stay within a particular time frame. So going to try to get some more baseball up tomorrow. Maybe it's a 30 wins with 30 teams. I don't know quite yet, but I appreciate you guys watching. I definitely do. Feel free to subscribe, you guys, if you haven't already. You can follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, all that great stuff. You just got to check the description below. But thanks again, you guys, for watching. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one.